Welcome back, everybody. Today's video is all about wrapping up 7.32 because Valve has announced that they will be revealing 7.33 on March 6th. So you guys might have been watching the major, but here is a nice fresh meta update so you guys not only know what's going on in terms of what teams are picking, but you also understand why they are picking exactly what they're picking. So first, we must take a rewind, because a lot of people have asked me questions of how this meta is so different from TI, yet it seems like it's basically the same patch. So here's what happened. At TI, Wraith Pact was the most broken item. What did it do? 30% damage reduction to all types. What this did was it made burst heroes incredibly unreliable, because going through the Wraith Pact minus damage was very difficult for any burst combos. So once they nerfed Wraith Pact, it got replaced by Guardian Greaves and Pipe. Both of these items are AoE heal or AoE damage reduction items. What is really good against AoE saving items? Single target burst damage. So what you're seeing at the major is very few heroes with any semblance of AoE. What that's turned into, so the most popular offlaners are Death Prophet, Beastmaster, Broodmother, Enigma, all because they buy these aura items. So then what's happening is that the carries, if they are too weak in the laning stage that they just lose their tower 1v1 versus the offlaner, it causes their team to be stealing with a significant pressure from these offlane heroes. So this whole thing has gone full circle with these items. So when we're looking at the carry pool, we first have to understand that Lina carry came into fruition, and it's clearly the most broken carry, along with Nature's Prophet, at least at the highest level where teams utilize his early pressure on towers. These heroes are ranged damage dealers. So what happened? I had a bunch of questions from you guys asking me why, if these heroes are popular as ranged damage dealers, why aren't the likes of Clinkz popular, for instance, a hero that you guys often see at your lower MMR? So I was asked this question, and I'm like, my viewers asked some pretty good questions. And you may be asking yourself the same question, or you may be coming into this video wondering the same thing. And the answer is that Clinkz is not very good in the laning stage at defending his tower. Also, these heroes that are popular, they buy one farming item, and then they buy a BKB, and then they right-click people. So then people were saying, what about Medusa? What about Luna? And then I said, well, if the other carry is buying a BKB and right-clicking you, then if you buy a BKB and you have AoE damage, like we talked about, that's not so good against Greaves and Pipe, even if it's AoE physical, they're going to kill you faster than you kill them. So I've adjusted my description of the carry meta to being single target turrets. Ranged carries that stand still and right-click a single guy. So the popular ones are Lina, Nature's Prophet, Drow, and even Terrorblade has been coming into popularity during the major. Now, an example of why Sniper has kind of fallen off is because his main damage item is Maelstrom, but his main damage ability is Headshot, which does not go through BKB. So while these other heroes also buy Maelstrom, such as Lina and Nature's Prophet, they still do a significant amount of damage to BKB'd targets, while Sniper does not. So Sniper's still viable sometimes, but he's not as good and thus more situational. But what has happened as a response to this ranged turret meta? You know, I call these heroes turrets because they just stand there and what's good against single target BKB turrets? Well, heroes that get right up in their face and straight up kill them. But not only do they have to be heroes that get up in their face and straight up kill them, but they also have to be pretty strong laners. So the heroes we're really thinking of is Ursa and Troll Warlord. We've even been starting to see Marcy carry coming into popularity because these heroes are single target physical damage guys that buy Basher and can kill the likes of Lina and Nature's Prophet and Drow when they're in their BKBs. Now, the biggest thing about the meta right now that you guys need to understand is that because these heroes are so good at taking early towers, the offlaners that I'm talking about, and then now that Wraith Pact is gone, burst damage is all in the meta, the mid laner tends to be much more of a ganker. We're seeing the likes of Tusk probably being one of the most popular mid laners, Pangolier, as well as Ember Spirit. Low cooldown, go get 'em kind of mid laners. So then what's happening is the early game is all about taking these towers. Both teams trying to stall the other team as long as possible, but also getting their early towers. So you can't have carries that are weak in the first 15 minutes. So you take that laning stage, but then after the early towers have been taken, because it's really hard to take tier 2s because of the glyph mechanic, it becomes a farm war. Somewhere between 12 to 15 minutes, everybody's hitting up the newts. So what does every carry hero have to be able to do? They have to be able to defend their towers, and then they have to be able to farm really fast. And because all of these carries farm really fast, either by buying Maelstrom or by buying Battle Fury, or by being stats-heavy illusion heroes like Terrorblade and Naga, we now have most of the map being taken by the carry, and it is now on the job of the offlaner to farm his area with his Greaves and Pipe, while the two supports in the mid run around with their burst damage combos. We're seeing a lot of Rubik. We're seeing a lot of Hoodwink. All of these heroes are being paired because they offer that burst damage. And we're even seeing the second support be more of a save protector to help dissuade these heavy burst combos. We're seeing Train, we're seeing Silencer, we're seeing even more Phoenix getting picked. You guys are getting the picture. At least I think so. After the first 12 to 15 minutes, the carries hit up the neutrals, they farm a bunch, and then people run at each other around a 25-minute mark. That is pretty much the meta right now. So if you can't survive the first 15 minutes, you're not a hero in the current meta. You do AoE split damage that gets out-sustained by Greaves and Pipe, you're not currently a meta hero. Now the thing is, this is all stuff that only applies if people in your bracket are picking these heroes or buying these items. Still be welcome to spam your Clinks or your Axe or your Legion in the offlane, but that just isn't what is prime meta stuff. If you guys want to gain MMR, the best way to do it right now is to mimic what you are seeing in these games. Trust me, I know it's pubs and people may not use it to their best, but these items and heroes are the best. And if you understand why, hopefully from this video, there's no better time now than to learn a new hero, because even though the new patch is going to come out, I promise you guys from my own experience that learning new heroes is a skill. It's not about learning the new hero itself, but learning how to learn heroes is a skill. And I like practicing at the end of the patch. And that's why I've added Lina, and I'm trying to add Nature's Prophet to my pool so that in the future, I'll be even better at learning new heroes. And if those heroes ever come back in the meta, most likely getting dumpstered on March 6th, I will be able to use them. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this meta update, and I'm looking forward to watching the major, and I hope you guys are too. See you guys next time.